Hi, and welcome to Enchantment of Eternity's Game of Thrones Season 7 predictions video for Theon. This video is a part of a series of videos where I predict what will happen in Season 7 of Game of Thrones, focusing on a different character each week. This video is where I give my predictions on what I think will happen with the character of Theon Greyjoy in Season 7. So I'll have to start off by giving a spoiler warning for Game of Thrones up to the end of Season 6, but more importantly, a very serious spoiler warning for production leaks, leaked photos, and a detailed plot leak for Season 7 that give away a lot more of Season 7 than I would have preferred. So if you don't want to know anything about what's been confirmed for Season 7, you will not want to watch this video, otherwise some things will be spoiled for you. So I believe at the start of the season, the Ironborn, Dornish, and Tyrell fleets will not accompany Daenerys to Dragonstone and instead will be sent off on another mission. What that mission is, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe to attack the Westerlands by sea, to cut off the Lannisters from their homeland. I don't know, but they'll be sent somewhere. So at the start of the season, we'll just get a few scenes with Theon and Yara on, the fleet, and we may even see them briefly interact with the Sand Snakes, just briefly, though, to acknowledge that they're there. But for the most part, the dialogue will be focused on Yara trying to teach Theon how to be an effective warrior and ruler, and stuff like that. Now, as I outlined in my Cersei video, I believe it's pretty much been confirmed that Euron will make an alliance with Cersei in order to win back the Iron Islands, and his first order of business will be to defeat Yara and Theon's splinter group, so his great fleet of 1,000 ships made out of imaginary trees will intercept the fleet of Daenerys' allies and will get a great sea battle in which Euron will totally kick ass. He will kill Obara and Nymeria Sand and take Ellaria and Tyene Sand captive. He will also take Yara prisoner, but Theon will somehow manage to escape with a handful of Iron Islanders. And I believe that Euron might even let him go because he wants word of his conquest to spread. And thus it will appear Daenerys' forces are all but defeated, and Euron will parade Ellaria, Tyene, and Yara through the streets of King's Landing to cheering crowds, and he'll feel, high and mighty. Meanwhile, Theon will retreat back to Dragonstone with the few forces that he has left. Once there, he'll be greeted by Jon Snow, who is there for talks with Daenerys. Jon will greet him upon his arrival and will have harsh words for him, be really pissed off and angry for what he did to Winterfell. This much has all been pretty much confirmed by leaked photos and production leaks, and the plot leak outlined that Jon will say the only reason he doesn't kill him is because of what he did to save Sansa's life. And I agree with that, and I feel he will warn Theon to stay out of his way. In the meantime, Theon will be in a state of utter devastation, feeling all is lost. But Tyrion will reassure him that Daenerys has a plan to turn the tides of war back to her favor, and that he needs to be ready to do his part when this happens. And then they will get word from King's Landing that Yara has been executed, in which Daenerys will officially declare Theon the leader of her Ironborn forces. Theon will want to quit and won't feel that he's up to the task, but Tyrion will give him a pep talk and tell him that he needs to bugger up and, and take this opportunity to become the man that he wants to be. Meanwhile, Daenerys will get her massive victory in the Reach, where she'll decimate the Lannister forces and forge alliances that will help her sweep across Westeros in her favor. She will then send Theon and the Ironborn out to secure King's Landing by sea. He'll be afraid to do it because of Euron, but Daenerys will take her dragons and personally cripple Euron's fleet. He won't die or be defeated or anything like that, but his fleet will be crippled and thus not a huge threat anymore. So after having secured most of Westeros, Daenerys will begin her conquest of King's Landing, which she will secure with, she will secure King's Landing with Cersei's forces held up in the Red Keep, and Theon will help secure the seaport. and have a blockade of Blackwater Bay. However, Daenerys will call for peace talks with Cersei, as I mentioned in most of my other prediction videos, as a scene has been confirmed that will feature like at least 15, 18 main characters, but also said to be there are Euron and Theon Greyjoy. So at the meeting, Jon Snow will present a white as proof of the White Walker threat, and Cersei will agree to a truce where she can be Lord of the Westerlands and will agree to help with the larger White Walker threat. Now here's where I'll differ from the plot leaks a little bit. As in the plot leaks, they state Euron will be afraid of the White Walker threat and will simply go back to the Iron Islands to hide. But I'm sorry, that sounds dumb to me, and based off of production leaks and photos that I've seen, it seems like there will be more to this storyline than that. So here's what I'm going to predict. Although Cersei agrees to a truce because she gets to have a public relationship with her brother at Castle Rock and be Lord of the Westerlands, Euron will not be so quick to agree and will be more like, well, what's in it for me? And he will in fact demand that Theon and his remaining Iron Islanders be turned over to him for execution and that he be made king of the Iron Islands. Daenerys will not agree to that, and as she won't betray her allies so quickly, especially since she is the clear victor in this situation. So Theon will then challenge Euron to a fight to the death for the leadership of the Iron Islands, and not being one to back down for a fight, he will accept. And Daenerys will agree to accept the outcome of this fight. And thus we'll get a fight that was hinted at in the leaked photos with Theon versus Euron. Now, one thing I forgot to mention, and that it's been pretty much confirmed that a well-known UFC fighter, Conor McGregor, may be playing an Iron Islander in Season 7. So I believe this character will be a huge badass fighter that's typically by Euron's side, so like a henchman or whatever, who we will see in action in the aforementioned battles. So my prediction for this fight with Euron and Theon is that Theon will be the victor, as that seems to make the most sense from a story standpoint, but it doesn't really make sense to me that Theon could actually defeat Euron in a physical contest. So my prediction is that Theon will say something to this henchman dude, I'm not sure what, but he'll say something to convince him to turn on Euron and that he's a better leader, so this dude is going to kill Euron and make Theon Lord of the Iron Islands. And of course all the other henchmen will agree with him. Theon will then pledge the full force of the Iron Island fleet to head up north to help the attack in the White Walkers, and that is how Theon's Season 6-7 storyline will end. So as always, these are all just wild guesses, and I fully expect to get most of these wrong. In fact, if I get at least 40% of these predictions correct, I'll consider it a resounding success. But yeah, these are all just wild shots in the dark. It's just fun to speculate. So that's it for my Season 7 predictions for Theon. I have one video left in my Game of Thrones Season 7 predictions series, which is my prediction for who's going to die in the Season 7, which I'll try to have out by next week, so make sure you keep an eye out for that. Also, if you are watching this video in February of 2017, please be sure to place your vote for the project I'm doing with Abkin Tomko in our top 10 Game of Thrones episodes decided by you, the viewer. So make a comment below with your top 10 favorite episodes of Game of Thrones. And because of our scoring system, it does have to be submitted in top 10 form in order to be counted, and the comment will not appear in the comment section below and will be withheld for our live discussion on the 25th of February, where we will count down the final score on which episodes got voted as the top 10 Game of Thrones episodes. So be sure to check that out. Also be sure to check out my channel for many more videos on Game of Thrones, as well as many other videos on other shows like Star Trek, Black Sails, The Expanse, and more. So be sure to subscribe so you can keep up with all of that. And thanks a lot for watching.